Whoa, look at that one. I thought is that one swallowed another one? I was at a party with a camel in it, because otherwise I thought my memory's gone wonky.
But you did much better at pretending to be sober than Jeremy Clarkson did.
Hello, team.
Hi, I'm Daisy, and I am on the farm with the one and only Mr. Richard Hammond.
Hello.
We have just done some filming with camels.
It's inexplicable. I don't know what we were doing and why I ended up on a camel. It's a long story.
And now Richard is just going to help me with one last task on the farm, and we're going to put the camels out and take the dogs for a quick walk up the drive.
Yeah, this place is weird. It's...
I think he's had his mind blown slightly. Not all of Warwickshire's like this. I think it's...
Well, no, I'm familiar with Warwickshire.
Are you?
Well, I grew up in Solihull, and so we would spend weekends out in Warwickshire. But I never saw any camels.
I was going to say, not so familiar with camels.
No, or miniature donkeys, or any of the other lunacy that goes on around here. No offence.
None taken.
Okay, good.
How was your... Well, it's not your first camel ride, but how was your camel ride today?
It's the first one I can remember. That's another long story. I won a camel race once. I've no recollection of it. It was at a party.
And it was one of
It was one of their camels, and when they said to me today, "You've ridden one before, have I?" Oh, it was at a party. I was quite glad that they explained I was at a party with a camel in it, because otherwise I thought my memory's gone wonky.
But you did much better at pretending to be sober than Jeremy Clarkson did.
Did I?
Yeah. Clarkson rode one of our camels, and
when did he ride one of your camels?
at the Haythorpe Hunt point to point.
Everybody I know has been drunk on one of your camels at some point.
And he got halfway, well, he was kind of okay, and we were like, oh, we'll put him on a really slow one. And then as soon as the bungee went and he started to run, we realised quite how drunk he was, and he was literally like this.
Yes.
And thankfully the camel realised and just went walking.
God,
so it was all right, but it was slightly...
I want to have a word with that camel. Hello, team.
Okay, these are all...
Camels.
All of the camels. So we're going to let them out. Hello!
What happens when you open that gate? Is there a stampede?
Run out, yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to stand
yeah, well, you
here.
No, stand on this side with me, Richard.
Okay. Hello, what do you call a group of camels?
Herd.
A herd.
Or, yeah, a herd, yeah. Or a train.
Is that noise good?
Yeah, they're just being noisy. They're just wondering what's going on.
Right, a camel.
Go on, anyway, go on.
Hello, camels. Go. Where are they going to go?
Well, they're going in the wrong direction right now, but they'll soon figure it out. So there you go, Ryan's got it.
Right, so that's some camels. Why are we doing this?
Just so they can stretch their legs.
Do camels get... Whoa, look at that one. I thought is that one swallowed another one?
He's a big boy. That's Baxter.
He's a different camel. He's got 2 lumps.
Yeah, he's got 2 lumps and they've got the rest of them have got 1.
Right, he just won like in the hump lottery.
I have a really interesting question for you. Now, to preface, we have to take away your crashes. Okay, so they don't count in this question.
Okay.
Scariest experience, 4 wheels or 4 legs?
4 legs. Every time. Every time. Even I have some semblance of control over a 4-wheeled vehicle. Because it has a brake and an ignition switch.
Yeah.
Animals don't.
Yeah.
Well, they do have an ignition switch. It's called the VET, but that's not a good idea. So no, I'm happier in a thing I can switch off.
No, and you know what? I don't blame you on that one.
Because I'm right. There's a camel just gone berserk down there. It's supposed to be just running about free.
Well, they do know where they're going. Like they're going all the way up to that.
What if they decide to go somewhere else?
Well, we're just going to round them up. They're quite responsive as far as animals go. Like Liz is looking at us right now because he knows when I get to him, he's going to be told off. So he will move.
Right.
So it was a weird old wonderful world, Richard, that you've entered in.
Yeah, all of this makes sense to you.
Yeah.
And as my crew didn't even flinch as like a dozen camels thundered past them.
Go on, Maria. Anyway, come on.
Yeah, Maria.
Maria. Oh, this is my princess. He's sort of like a sheepdog. Slightly less responsive than a sheepdog would be. Prince! Oh, good boy. There we go. Oh, the camels are doing quite well and the donkeys are following him.
Yeah, it's all perfectly normal. Same at my place often.
Yeah, exactly. You've got lots of animals.
They're more normal. Yeah.
Peacocks are... Oh, no, it's all right. It's just blizzard. Yeah, see, that's what, I mean, what he did there was bucking.
We sort of ran around and jumped up and down.
Yeah, and if Soraya had been doing that with you, then we would have been concerned.
Well, there'd be an ambulance here now, and I'd be in the comfortable and familiar position of having my trousers cut off me and all of that.
Yeah, something you're far too used to.
Yes.
I'm sure. But you are starting a new chapter, would you call it that?
Well, with the workshop.
And with your daughter?
Yes, I'm doing a lot of work with Izzy. Well, I mean, she's doing a lot of work, some of it with me, more of it not, which is great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm loving it.
My parents, when I was little, they always used to have a saying, never work with children or animals. And then now that I've grown up, my new saying is never work with parents or animals. I think it's a terrible idea.
Well, I don't know how Izzy feels about working with me, but I mean, to be fair, she does a lot of work not with me. I often only find out what she's doing when I see it or hear about it, which is great.
Yeah, that's fine.
And as a dad, it's just the best feeling. I took her to the Grand Prix a couple of years ago as my guest, and last year I went as her guest.
Oh my god!
And it was fantastic. I love that.
That's very cool. Yeah, because so one of my questions was going to be, and I feel this sometimes, being like working for my parents, is that sometimes I'm known as like Joe and Rebecca's daughter. I'm not just known as Daisy. And one of my questions was going to be, do you think Izzy, obviously she is known as your daughter because you're a big name, do you think that later on she would just be known as Izzy?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think she'll have to work maybe harder than other people, or maybe harder than you did when you first started, to establish herself as herself?
Yes and no. I mean, that Grand Prix that I went to as her guest, I was introduced to people as Izzy's dad, which I loved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's very conscious of that, and I wouldn't want to speak for her because she'll go berserk at me. But I don't think she'll struggle to find her own identity in her own place. She's not just doing stuff with me, and I don't even like addressing that subject because I know it matters to her that she does things her own way, and she does. I was able to open a door here and there, but what she does on the other side of that door is down to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have nothing to do with it.
Well, yeah, so my dad is from a circus background, and there is a logic to my questioning. Your grandfather worked in the automotive industry, didn't he?
Yep.
And then he did, and now Izzy does.
Yeah.
And I think, so my dad comes from a circus background, so, people that are entertainers, and I want to go down that route as well. Do you think, I don't know, maybe like you do end up following in your parents' footsteps to a certain degree? Or that it's something
I think you can do. I think maybe it's you end up, there are worlds in which you're comfortable. And if you're exposed to those worlds and live in and around those worlds, then you find it a natural resting place, a place to be, a place where you feel yourself and you feel confident. And that's, if you think about it, God, things have been handed down for years. And there's generation after generation of barrel makers or whatever else people have done. That's perfectly normal, isn't it? It does happen.
Yeah.
And also if somebody is suited to a particular pursuit, then it follows logically that so might their offspring be, and they might want to explore it. Equally, sometimes people turn against it entirely and want to do something completely different.
Yeah, it can go either way.
Yeah, they've seen it and then I don't want to do that. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's not. It doesn't guarantee any one way or another. People are people, and they find their own. And you grab hold of any advantage, you shun any disadvantage, and you get on with making your life the best you can. We all do that.
The relationship you had with Izzy before you started working with her, how is it different now that you, I guess, are seeing her in a different light to a certain degree?
I see her working, I see her being professional, and sometimes I'm just blown away. I love it. When I get to go into a meeting and she's already there and she's doing something. Yeah, I mean, bearing in mind, just to reiterate, I'm not there for most of what she does. But on the odd occasions when I am, it's fantastic to come and see somebody you know and love. But in a family context, working professionally and just being dazzling, it's brilliant. Love that.
I think it's because I work with my parents, I think it's a very unique relationship that goes either way. I know about my parents' finances, and I know how they work, and I know, you know, I've learned from them about how to talk to people and how to run a business and that sort of thing. And I think it's such an amazing relationship you can have, because it's such a different insight. They're not just the people that look after you.
Yeah, and also there can be no bull.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there can't be. Izzy knows me well enough. She can absolutely call me out, and me her. So we wouldn't be anything other than ourselves. What are the camels doing now? They're just having like a meeting. Is this?
Stretching their legs.
What do camels do?
What is in?
What are they going to do in there?
They're going to eat.
Right.
Eat, stretch their legs, maybe frolic about a bit.
So they're basically standing on their lunch.
Yeah, pretty much.
And defecating on their lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll take the fencing down as well in case anyone decides to come through.
What are they thinking about?
They're probably a bit pissed off because it's cold.
Yeah, probably. Look at that. This one's.
They'll go out for a bit and then they'll gradually make their way back down.
And then they want to go
And
home.
they'll come in. But as you can see, they get bored and they chew all the bloody fence.
Oh, well, horses do that.
Yeah.
Are you going to be interacting with many camels, Richard, in Jordan?
Yeah, probably.
Well, we've made. So you work with your daughter on your new podcast,
Yes.
which looks like it's
Here we are
doing
now.
really well.
Yeah, it's doing all right. It's good. Yeah, really enjoying it. It started out. Well, the idea was I wanted to do something sort of broadly in the male mental health space kind of thing, partly because I was very publicly brain injured and recovered. I've kind of got permission to talk about it and engage with it without being an expert, only by experience.
Yeah.
And when we started working on it, Izzy was stepping in and doing a bit of work in production on it. And quickly we realised that the views of a 24-year-old girl were really useful to stop it becoming an echo chamber of just 55-year-old blokes moaning about stuff. And then we realised, well, she might as well come on air and do that with me, so that when I'm talking to another bloke my age, sometimes I might be saying something that Izzy wants to call me out on, and because she's my daughter, she will. And it's really useful. It really works. It gives the whole thing a different dynamic. So we're really enjoying that.
And you're right about the no bullshit. When you work with your parents, because you know them so well,
No, you
you're
can't.
probably the only ones that actually can call them out.
Oh yeah. So if I'm saying something that Izzy knows, no, you're just posturing. You're just trying to be cool. She will. So and as a result, because I know that, and she's in the studio with me, I won't.
Yeah.
And neither will she. She won't. If she's saying something that I just think you're just talking rubbish, I can say it, which means she won't.
How do you navigate that relationship if you guys do have a disagreement? And obviously being, you know, it sometimes maybe would get a little bit more heated than if it were like a normal professional relationship. How do you navigate that?
It's sort of pre-navigated for us because we can disagree. We can discuss stuff, but we don't argue. Because we daren't. Because it would be the end of the world. We've never fallen out. I think even when she was a little girl, I've maybe shouted at Izzy once, but I've never. No, because we both know there's a line we couldn't cross because it would just be utterly destructive. There'd be like a little mushroom cloud somewhere, and you'd think, oh, they've fallen out. No, we won't. We can't. It would be too bad.
And do you think as well, like, because you were so busy when she was growing up,
Yeah.
doing what you had to do, you had to grab every opportunity you got. Do you think this is kind of making up for lost time, being able to spend time with her again?
I mean,
To a certain degree.
it's not making up for lost time, no, because you can't. You are where you are. We don't live in the past. We don't live in the future. We live in the now. The now is constantly moving, but it is now. That's all we have. It's informed by the past. Am I conscious that I was away a lot? God, yes. But that's the life I've had and they've had. Can't do anything about it. Does it influence now? Yes. But it's only relevant, it's only pertinent in terms of the now, because that's where we are. So I don't wake up every morning and think, oh God, I wish I'd been here more. I wish I had wings.
Yeah. It's
utterly pointless. So I'm not making up for it, but I am having a great time.
Spending more time with her.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps one thing I've noticed for years and years and years, 30 years, 35 years I've been working, 37 years. But for the last sort of 25, all of his life, and Willow's, work was, I always felt slightly guilty. You know, I didn't work past a certain point. I was thinking, I always wanted to get home because I wanted to be home where the girls were. But when I'm working and Izzy's there, family is there with me, and I'm not in a panic anymore to get home.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be in the moment at work because there's family there with me, and I think, okay, well, that's great. I mean, I was working to provide for the family. Yeah. That's why I worked. But now to have family there with me when I'm working means I'm not in a rush to get away, and I can enjoy it. It's great.
Okay. And do you think, not speaking for Izzy, but maybe from her point of view, being older, like in her early 20s, and then also seeing your work because she's in it and she's in the media industry, do you think it kind of makes her understand a little bit more, maybe?
She said the nicest thing imaginable. We were on our way back from a podcast record, walking across Leicester Square to go to another work thing, and she just stopped and said, "Daddy, yeah, what you do, yeah, it's work, isn't it?" And I said, "Yes, darling," and it always has been. And I nearly broke down because that was just a final. I wasn't just away messing about, having a laugh with my mates. I was working, and that mattered a lot to me. That really mattered. I found that really powerful when she said it. So yeah, it kind of, there are plenty of moments, and there is a quiet, sometimes often unspoken acknowledgement of the fact that, yeah, sometimes it's quite hard. Yeah. It's work. Yeah. Oh, it's great, and I love it, and I've been incredibly lucky to do what I've done. But it has been work. I did it for a purpose. I did it to earn money to support my family. Yeah. That's why I did it. Yeah, yeah. And she gets to see that, and it really, yeah, that's gratifying. Of course it is.
Yeah, that's really lovely, actually. I think when your parents are busy, you know, building their businesses, or, well, you were building a brand, basically, and then missing, you know, hockey games and all of that, you don't necessarily understand.
But on that point, because I wasn't working 9 to 5, I had, you know, a lot of the other fathers and mothers had more regular jobs. And because of where we lived, they'd be away in London or wherever, working Monday to Friday. I would often be at the school gates midweek, and I'd make a hockey game that other people. So I did get to be there at unusual times, but I didn't have the regular hours. I didn't have the predictability that others could have. Yeah, okay. But I think it's if parents do something that they love and that's interesting, it's great, and it's great for kids to see that. And I always used to say I remember sometimes we'd be in a jungle somewhere, there'd be a member of the crew that was a bit down, and they'd maybe just had a kid and they were feeling bad about being away. And I always used to say, look, yeah, I get that, but your job as a parent isn't just to be there, to be at the hockey match. Your job is to show them how to live and to have a life. And if they're seeing you doing amazing things and having an incredible life, they're more likely to think themselves, well, wait a minute, if they can do it, I can pursue my dreams. But at the same time, and what I'm learning now, is for Izzy to see, and anybody else's children to see, that yes, I love my work, I always have done, but it was work. That's the key thing. I wanted her to realise, yes, I love it, it's work, but she's more important. My family is more important, and always was, and work always came secondary to it, even though I had to be away doing work a lot in order to support my family. But I only did it for that.
Yeah, not because you were...
No, it wasn't a big ego play. It was, what else can I do? I'm a small, not particularly well-educated brummie. I'm not going to be a brain surgeon. What am I going to do? I just lucked into what I can do, and I did it to good effect, and was able to support them well. But that's why I did it.
Do you think she ever looked at your job and went, I really want that?
No.
Or did she went completely
No, never showed any interest in it. Not really, because it's just what I did. Yeah. She was normal. There were TV crews around the house all the time, and where's Daddy? Oh, I think he's in Burma. I don't know. That's kind of what I did. So no, she was never. It's only after graduating that Izzy thought, oh, hang on, she's a natural born communicator. She does have a massive passion for cars, as it turns out, and machinery, and what they mean and what they can do. So yeah, it fits her really well. But that's it happens to fit her. But no, she never saw it, and either wanted to or wanted not to do it.
Do you think she ever looked at your wife and like was like, oh, I could be a writer?
Yeah, well, I mean, she is, and she can write. Yeah, I mean, she's a bit of both of us. Of course, she is, like most children. There's a bit of Mindy and a bit of me.
Yeah.
We're going to get killed by a truck. It is a fairly nuts place. You can't deny it.
It is a bit. It's just our norm. Like,
Yeah, your norm is your norm.
yeah.
But it is only your norm. That's a fact. I have drunk it.
You and your wife wrote a book together.
Yep.
What was that process like?
I'll be honest, I don't remember much from that time because I was still recovering from brain injury. I remember I found it difficult just to focus and to sit down and to write. But it was great fun. Yeah, I don't remember it being unhappy.
Is it nice to have something that the two of you have done together?
Yeah.
Not family, that is just, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing we did together was raise Izzy and Willow. That's something that'll never change. That's the greatest thing I'll have done by the end of my life, Izzy and Willow. And every time Izzy or Willow achieve something, or I see them, and there are those moments when you watch and think, you're going to be all right, aren't you? And that's when you think, well, then my work is done. Every time they take a step forwards, I'm thinking, well, great, I can take a step back. And there's nothing I'd like more than for the rest of my days to be able to take a step a long way back and just watch them soar. That's what I want. Then I've done, well, my mission's complete, isn't it, at that point?
Yeah. So you've done a very good job.
Well, that's far.
Okay, that's all I wanted.
No, it's been lovely to talk.
Richard, thank you so much.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having us today. I've been hunted down by Lewis in the truck, literally pursued. He was behind us the whole way. Right, time to go. Next appointment calls.
No, absolutely.
Pleasure to see you. Thanks for looking after us today and introducing me to your... I love these little creatures. They're gorgeous. Can I take a donkey with me?